Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. My name is John.
My name is Dante.
The podcast that's always on time. We're always on the most recent news that just happened.
Always on top of it.
Because today we are talking about the press conference that happened
a week
ago. A little foresight in the future. We're working on it.
Yes.
So we're working on it.
We're looking to do some stuff.
We took your feedback. We're working on timing. But that's neither here nor there. Dante, how are we? What's going on?
Doing. You know what? Not that great, John. You know why? Because this Dunkin' coffee I'm drinking right now is terrible. I'm drinking it because I need a coffee right now. I need the energy. Not my normal latte order that I've been getting the last few weeks. This is just straight up just gasoline and a little bit of whipped cream. So tough start to the day, but I'm excited to talk about some press conference stuff.
Yeah.
Because there is a whole lot to talk about there.
Before we get into the press conference, we had a little video come out.
Yeah, we did.
The little, what did I call it? We went to wrestling school.
We did?
Exclamation point, question mark.
To answer that question, yes, we did go to wrestling school. Yes, we did.
Hope you guys liked it. The reception has been pretty sweet. If you haven't seen it yet, go on our channel. It's a couple videos old. Yeah, man, I know we talked about a little bit when it first happened. We talked a little bit about being in the ring or whatever, but now that people have seen it, I figured we give a little 2 cents on what it was like.
Yeah, for sure.
Sore, I think is the general consensus.
So we did it that Saturday afternoon. The event was Saturday night, right? Yeah. So we did the training that Saturday afternoon.
In hindsight, crazy that we did that back to back.
Hey, that's what we are. That's what we do here at Stache Club. So we did the training, and obviously, like, your body's not going to be that sore like a few hours after. You have to give it a night, whatever. But when we took those chops...
Oh, my God. The chops hurt.
I get in the shower. I go to take a shower when I get home before I leave to go back to the event. And I just had a red... Like, you could see every finger, like, every bit of the hand on my chest. And
because you took a second one. That was the thing.
The second one was the stiffest thing. Brian, bro, that was rough.
He laid into you.
But yeah, dude, the next day I was sore for sure, but it was I think it was Monday and Tuesday or the peak of
I found that
I had a heating pad on my neck for 75% of my day. I was walking gingerly. I couldn't go to the gym and work out. I think the first day I went was that Thursday when we filmed. I went after. Yeah, dude, it's just crazy because you can watch it back and stuff like that, and it's you don't think of that's not gonna maybe not hurt too much, but when you step in there and you actually give it a shot, man, oh man, that does not feel good.
I thought my biggest thing is especially with the rope running, especially in my head I was like, this probably doesn't look too bad, and then watching it back and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Because it's with everything you do, there's multiple steps into it.
Everything is footwork.
Everything's footwork. With the running the ropes, it's not just running back and forth. You have to keep count of your feet, making sure your right foot's forward, how you're landing on the ropes, where your arm, there's just so much that goes into it.
And everything too is because we learned with a couple of the body slams, you step with your left foot.
Yes.
So a lot of moves that lead into it is stepping off your left foot because that transitions into the next thing and you land this way.
Exactly. Momentum everything your hips and
I forget if I cut it out of the video, but our trainer Steven, shout out Steven, he said footwork is the hardest part. And I was like that
makes
sounds
sense.
right.
Yep.
That sounds right. And then I think I said this the week we talked about it, but going off you saying how it hurt and whatever. I used to say, you're talking to a regular pilled person, a normie, a non-wrestling fan, a Sophie.
We call them Sophies.
We call them Sophies. You're at a bar or whatever, and they're like, so it's planned, right? Or it's they're not actually getting hurt, right? Or they say some shit like that. And I used to say I say something to the effect of, well, it's choreographed or it's scripted or it's pre-planned, but they are taking these falls, but they're they do know how to fall. But at the end of the day, if a guy's going through a table, he's going through a table. But they learn how to fall and they're safe, whatever. Which all that is true. But after hitting the mat and taking in-ring clothesline that's supposed to be an appropriate way to take it, and it's supposed to be soft
Safe
or whatever, safe or,
mm-hmm.
Easy, whatever. After doing that whole thing and not being able to walk for 2 or 3 days, I'm not like, I don't say that. Now, which I haven't had the opportunity yet, but next time I'm at a bar and someone says something like that, now we can be like, no, we trained and it actually hurts.
We did it for like an hour and a half or something like that. These guys do it for 300 days of the year or whatever, training every day. Yeah, dude, it's like I would always be so like fascinated of like the ring and the mat of like how much give is there actually, like
That's
it's
what
like
everyone
the wood
asks,
planks and stuff, right? But then we saw it,
padded,
we were
right?
watching it, like I was watching it, we were watching it like being put together like before we start training. And let me tell you, there's a pad that goes above the wood, but when I tell you that pad is like that big,
it's maybe an inch thick.
It's not that big. So when you hit that, like, yes, you're not falling on wood, but man, you're close. Like you're hitting something fucking hard. It's not like a cushion.
It's also like dense. It's a dense mat
it's
too.
not soft.
So it's not
like you're bouncing off of it. If you see someone bouncing, it's because their body's actually bouncing off of like that wood, that protection thing. It's crazy, and you have to fall the right way. There's all like techniques to it and stuff. Because if you fall, take the bump one wrong way, like we were doing it. I think it was the third time we tried doing it. Wind knocked out of me.
That's what I was nervous about the whole time.
Completely knocked out of me. But I was like, okay, now I know I can't fall that way or that's going to happen.
That's when he gave you the chop, right? When
gave me the first chop. Yeah, gave me the first. I couldn't breathe. And he was like, all right, time to pay your dues. No, Brian.
And then obviously led into later. That led into the match.
Yeah.
And we got a little more physical than last time.
We did. Yeah. So the first time around, Stan, maybe we did put our hands on you. We cost you your match. Big whoop. The second time you put your hands on me, you gave me a stunner. I don't take that. So I think that we're going to have to settle this.
On March 30th at the Widowmaker Brewery in Braintree, Massachusetts, Focus Pro is putting on another show called Kickstart My Heart. Stan Stylez is going to be there. The Stache Club boys are also going to be there. Stan, I want you to find anyone, someone in your silly whipped cream crew, whatever you call yourselves, because we want a tag team match. Stache Club versus whoever you find. Maybe we bring another friend. Maybe you bring whoever. It doesn't matter, but we're getting in the ring to face you March 30th, Widowmaker Brewing, Braintree, Massachusetts. Stan Stylez, if you accept this challenge, we'll see you in the ring. Anyway, cool down. Put my headphones back on.
Just
cool down.
Relax. Yep. Deep breaths.
But that is official. Oh yeah, now we can talk regular. So now it's like, whoo. We're getting in the ring. You heard that right. Tag team match. Dante and I training. You saw the training. We're going to continue training now between the show. But March 30th, Braintree, Mass, Widow Brewing or Widow Brewery, whatever it is called.
New place we're going to.
Focus Pro Wrestling, our third appearance. We're getting in the ring. There'll be a video and everything. But if you're in the area, come out.
Why not? Support your boys.
So yeah, how do we transition out of that?
So from us wrestling to other guys.
Yeah, wrestling. I guess we can talk about WWE.
Yeah.
Let me take a sip here. No. We have a lot to go over. We're gonna go over. I kind of structured this so it wouldn't be super outdated. Okay. I hope. We're gonna talk about the press conference, but mainly like the fallout of the press conference. So some stuff on Raw, some stuff about Seth, some stuff Cody said, and blah blah blah. I'm hoping. Again, which is a big part of the reason why we're kind of like, let's try to figure out another date for this, is because SmackDown's tomorrow and The Rock and Roman are going to be on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So if they announce a tag match or whatever,
we're fucked.
We're screwed.
We're gonna try to get all these videos out today, so they're not outdated.
So okay, let's start.
All right,
press conference plus fallout. Obviously, we're late. We're gonna skip over a lot of the fine details, but. The Rock and Roman is back at WrestleMania. It's official. The Rock and Seth Rollins now seemingly involved, especially The Rock involved. We got Roman Cody back.
Yeah, we did. The thing starts. They do the whole thing. I pick Rock. Cody comes out. He's like, "This is bullshit." I pick you, Roman. So now we're at a whole fucking situation here of who's fighting Roman. Show ends.
Well,
or the press conference, I should say, and then they post the graphic.
Even before then, I'm just curious what your take is on us getting Roman Cody back, in the sense of like, I'm convinced. Which we talked about this before, and no one knows. This is what drives me crazy about like Twitter too. Is like everyone's like, no, this was this.
Yeah,
it's like
it was
what
the
were
plan
you?
the
What were
whole
you in the
time.
writing room?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm now that I say I'm convinced of, in my opinion, that I think it was. I think it was gonna be Rock Roman, because I just don't see a world where they'd have Cody go out there and say not at WrestleMania, introduce The Rock, make a poster for Rock Roman, and then switch it, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still can see it both ways. Like,
For
I mean,
sure.
I just like, it really is just so hard to really. I mean, I definitely could imagine they pivoted and stuff like that. They had something planned out, and then the reaction was like, oh, like we really just have to run with this. And like under a new regime, Triple H, they're more likely to listen to the fans and go along as in years prior. At the same time, the way they kind of went about this, it kind of seemed like they had this, like, if they pivoted it, they're doing a great job of pivoting it, because it seems like this is like in flow. Like the only thing, and I mentioned it last week, that I'm kind of like, I look back on is the whole not at WrestleMania thing. Like, why did he? So that makes me think that it is a pivot, because like, why would he say that? But at the same time, yeah, dude, I mean, I'm hyped for the match that it's back. I mean, whether it was a pivot or not, this whole situation took the match to a whole nother level. Yeah. Because there's so much more behind it now. Because now, not only is it Cody finishing a story, now it's kind of Cody battling the Authority in The Rock.
Right.
And getting his match back that he deserves. So there's a whole nother layer to it now.
I mean, let's say it was a pivot. Or I guess not. Either way, it doesn't matter. But now we're not just getting Roman Rock. Now, like, which seems genius at this point. Now we have Triple H involvement as the authority figure that's way more
Triple
present.
H is in it now too.
Then you have The Rock, who now not going against Roman, is now on Roman's side because of the family
and
stuff.
Him and Triple H have a thing
Him and
going
Triple
on,
H
and
are
they
going
have
back.
a history already.
Right.
And now it's going to be a power struggle because The Rock is talking about how he's on the board of
Right.
So now that's part of. There's so many layers to this. So I forgive them for the whole that whole that whatever happened on that one Friday night SmackDown 2 weeks ago. We're gonna act like that never happened.
However,
those lines. However,
if it, let's just say it was a pivot, that means their original direction was Roman Rock.
Yep.
I can't imagine Rock was going to win that match or win the title.
Right.
Let's just assume he does it, because who knows? He won the title before.
Yeah.
In what was that? 2020,
he did
2013.
end a legendary reign before.
Right. So, where's I going with that? But does that mean they were looking to break Hogan's record?
Yeah.
So if they,
yeah.
But that's the thing. So if now they pivoted,
see, that's a tough thing to pivot off of.
That's the thing. So if that was the original plan, and part of Rock Roman, the original plan was to break Hogan's record, pivoting back to Cody Roman, does that change the plan for breaking Hogan's record?
Right.
Because either way, Roman will have to win.
That's definitely a way to look at it, for sure.
Because we all want Cody to win.
Let me tell you something right now, John. If Cody loses 2 years in a row, he might have to pack his bags and go back to his parent company.
But we've seen,
I know
they do care. You've even said they do care about records.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I don't think they care about breaking Hogan's record as much as Hogan's.
I agree. I think that's something that people on social media have kind of been like, because we're getting closer to. I think that's kind of people are kind of like thinking, oh, if they did it with 1,000 days,
they've mentioned it once.
WWE television hasn't mentioned it at all. What they do talk about is how he's gonna tie Hulk Hogan's record for most WrestleMania main events. That's a record he'll tie or break. No, that is an interesting way of looking at it, because that's a hard pivot, because that's something that you have set in stone a while. Cody last year, they knew that was going to happen, because he was going to surpass 1,000 days 2 months later, right? So that was always in the cards. If he's going to pass Hulk Hogan, that's always in the cards. So if that's a I don't think you pivot off of him breaking that historic of a record,
right? Which might lend it to it not being a pivot. Or
he can still break it, and if they go into WrestleMania and he retains no matter who he faces.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe they didn't. maybe that was never. Maybe that's all internet speculation. He was gonna break Hogan's record, and they
I mean, I mean, how many records does he have to break? I mean, does he have to go to 3? We can say he's the longest reigning champ of the modern era. We can leave it at that.
But yeah, to run down more of the press conference, I put long story short. Roman chooses The Rock.
Yes.
Cody comes out and says, it's not your choice, it's mine. Seth is still there for some reason. Cody chooses.
Seth is just hanging out.
Just hanging out, staying there the whole time. Cody chooses Roman. Cody mentioned Roman and Rock's family. The Rock gets pissed and slaps Cody. Seth stands up for Cody. Backstage, The Rock and Triple H exchange some words.
Love that.
And important to note, which I don't know if this is an accident. I'm starting to believe nothing's an accident. Roman seemed to fall back a little bit behind Rock. You know what I mean? Dude. The Rock was the one. The Rock was like the angry dad going to the coach.
Yeah.
And being like, hey, you didn't give my son enough playtime.
I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying that this is the first time in this tribal chief run where Roman Reigns is taking orders from someone else or he's falling behind someone else. I think, and that's why I'm not putting my fantasy hat on right now. I'm not going to get into that. But what I believe what they're going to do now, whether this was the whole plan the whole time, whatever, this is a build up to Rock Roman next year. Yeah. Because how I'm looking at this is they're together up until Mania. Roman Reigns is going to disappoint The Rock. Like, Rock's doing all this stuff for him, blah, 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 blah. Roman loses, and then Rock is like, oh, you don't
deserve tribal chief.
I am, blah, blah. Then it's a whole year-long thing. That's what right now, that's what I picture and imagine happening. God knows what will happen. But, dude, The Rock as a heel, best thing that we could have gotten in 2024.
Yeah.
Because it's like, The Rock always comes back. He gets that pop. Like, I want to say nostalgia, but like everyone loves The Rock, right?
Sure.
You hear that music, if you smell, everyone's going to go crazy. But heel Rock, dude, back in like early 2000s, arguably the best Rock we have ever had.
Right.
And this is going to be just like 20 years updated and stuff like that. I think it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, because what rare opportunity in 2024 do you get to have? Like, why would you have heel Rock? He's the biggest movie star in the world. Right. There's no other way they could have gotten booze for The Rock, and they did it, and then they were like, again, I'm not trying to keep on talking about the whole time where it's a pivot or not, or whether one thing was a happy accident or not, but either way, they may have stumbled into heel Rock, and they're like, and you know what? Oh, word.
And you know why that happens? Because of how fucking over Cody is right now and how much people love him.
Yeah.
They genuinely have the biggest babyface since John Cena.
I would argue even like this whole like we want, which maybe lends to me thinking might have been on purpose. Maybe it's a happy accident. Who knows? Like the we want Cody stuff. He was already the biggest babyface in the company by a mile, but the we want Cody stuff, the Yes Movement-esque push,
fans hijacking Raw to start the show.
Rocky
and stuff
sucks.
Like that.
Like Rocky sucks is still insane.
That's a crazy. To boo The Rock, you know how popular you have to be.
To kind of backtrack a little bit on what you were saying about like we're talking about The Rock Roman falling back. SmackDown's tomorrow, like we said. Yes. Roman Rock gonna be there. I'm expecting a little bit, maybe like, let's say Solo and Jimmy are there. Especially Solo, I'm looking at because Solo has been the one to kind of not challenge Roman, but he, it's been like, ooh, Solo's getting pretty powerful. He could overtake. I'm expecting this the build of distrust with Roman, where like maybe Roman says something and Solo doesn't take the order from Roman, but he takes it from The Rock. Yeah. And there's a whole thing of like, I think if we're going down that path, which I hope we do, and it's more of just like a tribal chief thing, and we've said this countless times, doesn't need the title.
Does not need a title. That's great. Yeah. That would be great if they built it up and they actually did it right. I'm expecting a lot of response to Triple H. I think Rock, Triple H, I really think those two. I mean, it's a shame that Triple H can't compete anymore because if he could, he definitely would. You would think would be involved in this. But I definitely expect like Rock to kind of go back at him, being like, I have power too, buddy, and stuff that. And
I think I tweeted this, but we need like from now between Mania, Triple H needs to be like a standstill figure on the show because he adds so much.
He's not someone like. Obviously, when he was like, they had the authority thing going on like 2013 to 2015, 16 probably. Like he was on TV a lot. He doesn't For this story, I would love for him to be on like TV almost every week. But he's not someone like that needs to be on TV all the time. But I love like when he's on, it's important.
Feels huge.
Something.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of that authority figure in wrestling. That story is like you can't go wrong with it. Obviously, it's probably one of the greatest in WWE history. I would love for Triple H to kind of tap into that kind of powerful position thing, but like, not like it was years ago when he was a heel, but kind of using his influence a bit.
Speaking of Triple H on SmackDown, the following night at the press conference, Triple H makes note that it doesn't matter. Basically, he says, what power or sway The Rock has. It doesn't matter what you think or blah, blah. He said the final decisions in WWE are held by himself. Like you mentioned, Triple H and The Rock can even continue in their feud since the 90s is fantastic. Also in the same, we'll just kind of all cover it in the same breath, a tournament, because Seth is like kind of somehow like, we'll talk about the Raw stuff, but like Seth is involved in this, which I like, but it's controversial.
So the whole time on the press conference, like he's also...
he's like, why is he there?
Also, I love that Roman interrupted Seth. I love that we had a little bit of I love that. Seth being involved in this at first, because we were like kind of like I don't really like, he's kind of looking like the backseat champion, kind of like the second champion taking a backseat loser bracket title. But his involvement and the way he like stood up for Cody and stuff like that, and like all that shit, bro. I love that. I love that.
We'll talk about it in a second with the Raw promo. I ultimately like it, but I think there is definitely an argument. There's another side to it that I see, but
we'll get into it.
But before then, on SmackDown, tournament gets announced to name spots for the Elimination Chamber to qualify to be the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania. Participants include Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Ivar, Randy Orton, Dominic Mysterio, The Miz, LA Knight, Sami Zayn, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Bronson Reed. As it stands right now, obviously this will change on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre advances beating AJ Styles. Randy Orton advances beating Sami Zayn. Bobby Lashley advances beating Bronson Reed. LA Knight advances beating Ivar.
Yes.
So right now we got Drew, Randy, Bobby, LA Knight.
Yeah. So who do we have left that hasn't wrestled yet?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask. Dom, Miz, Logan, Kevin.
Okay.
And I think Logan who's Logan? Did they announce that?
I don't think they announced that. I mean, Dom and Miz are both on Raw, and Logan and Kevin are both on SmackDown. But I don't know if they would do a Kevin Logan rematch. I don't know. No, I'm sorry. No, they did announce it. Logan Paul's facing The Miz. Paul's facing The Miz. Yep. There we go. Okay.
So I'd imagine Logan goes over, and then imagine Kevin goes over Dom.
Right. Kind of disappointing that we're not going to get a Logan Paul defense at Australia.
Yeah, but at least like this is as close to this is basically
we are getting him in a chamber match.
It's basically a United States Championship match with the belts not on the line.
Exactly.
It's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Like also interesting. I mean, like it sucks. It sucks and it doesn't suck 'cause you see how much talent there is.
Yeah.
But
seeing
like,
some of these guys lose, like
AJ Styles isn't in, Sami isn't in, Ivar's been great, Bronson Reed's been solid.
Yeah.
It looks like The Miz will probably get knocked out. I would love to see Dom in the match.
I would too. Yeah, but I don't know if he'll. I don't know.
If it's Dom versus KO, I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, I can't see Dom winning that unless there's like some sort of like. If they're continuing the Logan Paul Kevin thing, maybe Logan gets involved or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah.
So here we are on Raw. Cody and Seth. Oh, brother.
Bro. Seth Rollins, man. One of the best promo cutters in the biz.
Yeah.
He really is, man. I feel like we don't talk about him enough. We talk about him
especially now. I think especially now. I think he's on his game now.
When he's passionate, bro, and when he's like locked in, it's unreal. We talk about him as a wrestler, how great he is, but
all he needs is a bit of realism. That's all he needs.
When you tie in, because this stuff is like he's talking about them being part timers, right? And him being there when it's real life stuff cut into it. He's the best.
I put first of all. These two have a lack of chemistry nowhere to be seen on the mic, in the ring. We're getting close. I know we call Hangman and Swerve wrestling soulmates. Rock and Stone Cold wrestling soulmates. Cody and Seth could be in that conversation.
Yeah.
Give them one more bout. I think they can be in that conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Cody makes note of all the Cody crybabies stuff that The Rock mentioned on a Pat McAfee show.
He was like, where do I put those nuggets? Pat, you were there.
What do I do with the blast nuggets? A little bit. What should I do with the nuggets? And Pat's just like, shut up your ass. He's like kind of answered the question shyly.
So funny.
I also put like you alluded to, one of the best, if not the best, Seth Rollins promo, IMO. Seth's on top of his game. Cody thanks Seth for having his back during the press conference. Seth, in a cocky way, kind of says, "You're welcome." And they cut to Cody, and he kind of mouths, "Here we go. Here we go." Seth explains that he understands Cody's decision to fight Roman, and he supports Cody finishing his story. He says that he needs to. Seth says if Roman wins, quote, "what exists on the other side is very dark." He says Roman gets more powerful. He gets to show up less, and he gets to defend his title less. This was a little dramatic. This may be the last opportunity for someone to take him down.
It's like they're fucking just zeroing in on Cody finishing his story here. Like, he needs to do it.
And at this point, my next note here was Roman feels like Thanos at this point.
Yes, yeah.
And I've seen some discussion on Twitter of where they're going. Is like, it's almost like this is gonna be like a civil war, a WWE civil war, where it's gonna be like backing Cody are all the people that got screwed over by Roman.
He's assembling the Avengers right now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
And then on Roman's side now he's got Rock.
This is gonna be just like the last battle from Endgame when they come out when they get brought
and they're
back.
all gonna be they're all gonna be Seth says he is in part to blame for what Roman is today, referencing how they walked through that crowd together 12 years ago, which I thought that was
insane.
Nuts. Seth explains that Cody is in fact not alone in this fight with Roman, that there would be nobody better than him to be Cody's shield.
That line, bro, that bar of the year, like that was fucking best line I've heard in a promo in a while. Fucking fire.
It just sucks the word is shield because it's a little bit it's amazing. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to nitpick it, but it is a little bit like, which it gets into the discussion I think we're gonna have, where it's like, okay, well I'll finish up this and we'll kind of get into it. Rock and Roman will be on SmackDown. Okay, I put Rock and Roman will be on SmackDown tomorrow. This seems like it's leading to a tag match. Seth.
So they announced Cody and Seth are going to be on the Grayson Waller effect at Elimination Chamber. They announced that yesterday or 2 days ago.
Oh, they're going to be at the Grayson. Oh,
yeah. Let me confirm that. Let me confirm it, but I saw that on Twitter
because I was hoping.
Yeah, I mean,
Cody Seth versus Rock Roman at Elimination Chamber.
You know what? I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they should do that like night 1 and then night 2 they have all the other matches. I'm like, you're gonna have three guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fight back-to-back nights. All right, let me.
I mean, unless the Grayson Waller effect turns
Seth
into...
Rollins and Cody Rhodes will be at Elimination Chamber for a segment on the Grayson Waller effect. Yes.
Damn that! I mean, when are they going to do? Like, they have to do.
Seth probably isn't cleared yet, too. So I mean, they're probably playing it safe with that. I mean, I would
like with all this.
You would think that they would do a tag team
with all
match.
This build. Yeah. I mean, maybe they won't do it. They probably won't do it. But like,
I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe they don't have to. I don't know.
They have to do it before Mania.
I know,
and there's
yeah. Because after Mania, if Roman loses, then they're gonna start doing the whole
right.
Yeah.
So here's the Seth stuff.
Okay.
But first of all, huge props to Seth. He is very selflessly giving and adding so much emotion and story into this Cody Rock Roman
that has
story.
Nothing to do with him.
Has nothing really to do with him besides, obviously the tying with the Shield, but like ultimately has nothing to do with him. Also, Roman's been taking digs at the World Heavyweight, which I like the jabs at each other.
I do too, but Roman's really...
I just don't think they need Roman to really emphasize that it's a secondary title, because they've tried so hard to get away from that, and then Roman just flat out being like, "It's the secondary title. It's the
loser bracket.
The loser bracket title."
Ruined it. There's a line. There's a line that shouldn't be crossed when it comes to that stuff, and they definitely let Roman run over that line
again. Like, I loved it in the context of what it was,
right?
But ultimately, it's like. It feels.
You look back on
buried.
it, and it's like, damn, Seth really just did get buried there.
Yeah, or even like the title. So yeah. Some of the questions I have is like, does all this not even just that, but like the whole thing of what Seth is doing is he's so involved in this story. Obviously, the Elimination Chamber match is for his number one contender thing, but it seems like he's lending his whole self to this Cody and Roman and Rock thing, which helps it. Like it's great, but it is all at the expense of Seth and the World Heavyweight Championship and his separate thing.
Storyline. Once someone wins the Elimination Chamber, he's going to be involved with that guy, and then he's going to be still in this. So he's going to be all over the place.
And depending on how much they keep him involved, like I'd imagine there's going to be. I mean, this match is going to have so many shenanigans.
Dude, this WrestleMania match, Roman Cody, like I was seeing clips on Twitter. It was like when it was Rock Mankind, and then the Stone Cold, everyone's fighting ringside, and Stone Cold comes out and clears it. It's like everyone's like, this is what, like Sami Zayn's gonna come out and like do this to whatever. I think they're setting this up to be like you said, Civil War. Crazy. Civil War, I think, is the best way to look at it.
It's gonna be a very like Avengers-esque thing. Again, my whole thing is, and I'm in the camp that it does, which I love. I'm in two camps of one, I love the Seth stuff. I love Seth's involvement. I love, like, because him and Roman have so much history. It makes sense to see his former teammate be unstoppable and be like, I know his weaknesses. I know him. He knows Roman the best out of anyone.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one guy that Roman can't get the upper hand. In this entire, I'm sure they will bring this up at some point. Sure. The only person in Roman Reigns' title run that he hasn't beat in a championship match is Rollins. It was disqualification, but he couldn't beat Rollins.
So it all makes sense. It just sucks that Seth also happens to have the World Heavyweight Championship.
If he didn't have the championship, I think there would be no question.
Be all gravy.
Like, right? Yeah, I know.
But I do believe it lessens the title from everything between Roman dogging on it and the Seth's involvement, and there's no story. I mean, obviously, like the Punk injury didn't help.
I also think too, like, why we don't really have an issue with it, and why like many people aren't really complaining about it, is like anytime we can get a Seth Roman
exactly
thing, it's like we don't see that a lot, and we know those are the two top guys in this company, right? Like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, they've been around, they've been carrying the company the last 10, 12 years, whatever it may be. It's like there's so much history there, there's so much money there, that like if you can take advantage of that, they're gonna do it, and it works. It's not like you're including some random guy into this. It's like Seth Rollins really does add to it. But like you said, it is kind of him having the belt kind of makes a little bit kind of confusing in what he's doing. But
I think the ultimate question is all this worth the sacrifice of Seth and the World Heavyweight Championship? And I'm leaning yes.
I think yes, because at the end of the day, the payoff.
That's what I'm saying.
Cody Rhodes is going to be be the next guy for the next 10 years. He's going to be the face.
Seth, hopefully he gets the surgery or whatever, or he takes a break or whatever he needs. Seth is one of the best in the world. Since the Punk thing isn't happening at this WrestleMania, it sucks. I think he's, again, I think the word selfless can't be used enough with Seth. Selfless.
That's good. Put down a shirt.
It's all right.
We can sell that.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, is how selfless he is and professional, and he knows like lending himself is a bigger cause.
He's a company man. He does what's best for his company.
And he knows he always gets his swing back, and he always hopefully Punk Seth at a SummerSlam or next WrestleMania or whatever.
I would love. I'd love Seth. I love seeing him on TV every week. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. But I would love for him to take an extended break after Mania.
If
get the surgeries, take time to rest up.
If Punk and Seth was still happening, I don't think. Maybe one promo, but I don't think he'd be.
This would be so different. Yeah, this would be so different.
It is shocking now to see, like, as we're whatever. What's it been, like a month or whatever since the Rumble? It is shocking to see like how much that Punk injury affected things.
Honestly,
you could even say it affected the press conference. It almost affected Cody's main event. It affected Seth's, going forward.
Crazy how it all could have been it all drastically changed because of one injury.
Right. That's all I got on Rock Roman. Unless you have anything else.
Yeah, no, I think 35, 38 minutes and we're good.
Women's Elimination Chamber qualifiers so far are Bianca Belair advances defeating Michin on SmackDown, and Liv Morgan advanced defeating Zoe Stark on Raw.
So Elimination Chamber is a week from Saturday. So we only have a few shows left to fill out these chambers.
It's March 5th. No, it's in February, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's next Saturday.
Oh wow,
6 a.m.
It's even earlier than that. It's like 5 here.
Is it really?
The pre-show starts at 4:30. Oh, February 24th.
Oh my god, I'm not watching pre-show.
For a little bit, I was like, maybe I'll get up and watch it, and but like I'll watch it after.
We'll see. I'm scratching.
I was like, is that a sign?
No, I'm just scratching my finger. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I'll watch it. I don't think I'll say it now, unless things drastically change. I'm a sleepy boy.
Depends what happens that Friday night before too.
Yeah, I don't know
how late I stay up.
I'll either way, I'm gonna watch it. Like the second I wake up, I'm watching it. I just don't know if I'm waking up at 5 a.m. But some other things on SmackDown that happened. Dakota Kai sides with Bayley and helps fight off Damage Control. There's still some tension between her and Bayley, but ultimately, it seems like Dakota has made her choice for now, or at least lended her hand. Which I'm still in the camp of this main event night one.
Yeah,
obviously like the Rock, Roman, Cody stuff, because of how insane, chaotic, and potentially flip-floppy has been like the overshadowing whatever.
Right.
But this Damage Control stuff needs the credit it does.
I mean, hey man, Triple H last year, the tag team match was the main event of night one. He said, why were they the main event? That was the strongest story going into night one. Bayley Io, strongest story heading into night one. So.
I love the Dakota involvement. She said something about like, in kayfabe, she's like, my knee is almost here. Like, I'm almost ready.
She was like, I wasn't here because I was getting my knee checked up. I don't have my brace on anymore. Yeah, so, I mean, she is like, and she is probably getting close to being cleared.
Yeah, so I'm hoping. It's like I don't know how much else to say other than I'm loving this story. I love that, like, Asuka, Kairi, and Io totally separate now. At least Bayley has Dakota.
You take
whether
away
Dakota will turn or not, we don't know.
You could take away the whole Cody Roman Rock thing, and this is the best thing going in WWE right now. And you could argue that this is the best thing going, even over the whole Roman Cody thing. Honestly,
it's at least the most streamlined in terms of like story direction.
Yeah, I agree.
Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne defeated DIY to advance to Elimination Chamber to face Judgment Day for tag titles. I'm
so good, dude.
I'm so happy DIY didn't win. Just because, like, and not even just like DIY here.
I mean, they had their
but like
match.
Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne,
they're so fucking good.
I'm shocked because DIY has been like the team build. I thought it was a shoe-in they were winning. I was shocked that Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne won.
They're really good, dude.
Give them the titles.
I think they're doing the match at Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give them the titles. I don't know if they're gonna win.
I don't know. I don't know. I still just want them to fucking. I'm gonna say this every fucking time. I just want them to split the titles, man, because it would just make things so much simpler.
Especially the landscape of the tag team division on Raw and SmackDown is like it's growing more and more by the week.
I think they're purposely doing this, so like just to kind of like cement these tag team divisions before they do the split, so they kind of have their set divisions.
If they do it, we'll see it maybe Monday. Monday after Mania. Or
right,
something.
yeah, post Mania. Yeah, I don't think the Judgment Day, I can't see them losing it before Mania. I think that they'll either lose it at Mania or something like that.
What's the tag match at Mania?
It could just be like a 4-way.
They'll probably do a turmoil
like
thing.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw this with Damian Priest and the Money in the Bank situation. So I forget I don't know if it was a podcast or if it was on the show or something like that. It was like I forget what it was, but I saw this online. So they were like, Damian Priest like not cashing on Seth and stuff. He goes, I'm not doing it because I'm not allowed. He's not medically cleared.
Okay, all right. Since when is that
a thing? This is fucking bogus, dude.
At least they're making attempts to cover it up. Like,
dude, this whole
appreciate that
thing it's a disaster right now.
It's a disaster. Like I said, I think reset it. have him cash in. I think they missed the opportunity at this point to have him cash in and lose.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, dude. I feel like I don't know
because who is he cashing in? I mean, like, at this point, since Punk isn't involved, I could see him just
whoever wins at Mania. I think like even if it's just for like a short stint or something like that. I don't know. You know how many in the last like 4 years, 5 years? You know how many like failed cash-ins or just shitty cash-ins they've had? Like they gotta have something happen here.
At this point, since there's no Punk involvement, and Seth is gonna probably face like a Drew or Drew probably
because I can see like
I think because no Punk involvement, I'm at this point now that we're talking about it, pretty convinced that Damien's cashing in. Whoever wins, Seth or Drew, doesn't matter.
Right.
Damien cash in, or if it's not even Drew, who knows?
Yeah.
I think Damien's cashing in at Mania at this point.
Yeah, something.
And then it's again, there's no Seth needs to take time off. There's no Punk. I think Damien can hold. Yeah. Plus, the World Heavyweight Championship is in the fucking mud at this point. Give it to Damien. Who gives a shit? You know?
Yeah. We'll see.
Some more stuff that happened on Raw. Jey Uso and the New Day defeat Imperium.
Great match.
Jey Uso versus Gunther for the IC Championship made official for 2 weeks away.
Love that.
I love the New Day teaming with Jey because they have their history and they've shown like respect for each other in the past.
Move, they both lifted on. He caught him. That was sick.
Yeah, that was great. I'm excited for. I was kind of convinced that Jey and Gunther was going to be kind of a Mania thing.
Could still be.
Who knows?
But I loved the spot in the match where Gunther had one of I think he had Kofi in the Boston Crab or something like that, and he was looking at me and goes, "What are you gonna do, Oos? What are you gonna do?" And Jay's like, "All right," but he steps and just slaps him in the face, and he's like, "What do you want to do?" Starts pushing. I love that.
Jay's one of the best at like in ring like talking and in ring like personality.
It was like goofy. Yeah. Smacks him.
I'm excited for it. So it's not this Raw. It's not this coming Monday. It's the Monday after.
Right.
I'm excited.
You know
That's
what?
gonna be sick.
People have been saying, "Are we getting Jimmy J at Mania?" We've gotten jack shit for it. At this point, I'm convinced. At this point, right? I mean, they had the chance to plant something at the Rumble.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's going to be too involved in the main event. Where it's like not to say they couldn't have it on like night one or like I get it.
I don't think there's enough. I mean, obviously there's a history there, but you need to build this up.
I just think there's too much going on right now with the Bloodline story to add another factor of Jimmy trying to take out Jay. Like you could do it.
Well,
but
I mean, if you're doing the whole Cody is something like the Avengers type of thing, maybe Jay can get involved. Yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I think they still have a little time if they want to do it, but like at this point, it's like there's so much other stuff
that's gonna get like just like be like a footnote and everything else going on. Yeah.
Becky Lynch promo, thought this was great. She had a very cool, very serious look to her. Similar, almost like a big time Bex, or almost like a. Yeah, I guess big time Bex look. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, she discussed how because of her love of wrestling, she's missed important life events like her father's funeral. She's missed events with her child. She had to explain to her child why mommy has a black eye. She had to explain why Seth wants to fight Maui. Thought that was funny.
Making a second one in November.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for Inside Out 2 personally. Seen Inside Out?
Yeah.
Inside Out's so fucking good.
That is a good one.
Nia comes down, cuts just a real rough promo, and then Rhea comes down, brawl, bing bang boom, leaving Rhea and Becky face to face.
I mean, that's the match, right?
Love it.
That's got to be the match.
It's so
even at the press conference when they had the back and forth, he was like, "You're gonna learn how to be on bottom or something like that."
Yeah,
that was fire.
Mommy's gonna learn how to be a bottom or something.
Yeah.
It is very funny how they're just like, yeah, Nia's losing. Like obviously she's losing, but it is funny how like they're even just like, oh yeah, Becky and Rhea's the match.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Even they brawled and left. It was Rhea and Becky left standing in the ring with like Nia getting. It's like it's so just like Who gives a shit?
We're past Nia.
We're already
know.
Past the match.
Yeah.
But they'll have a solid match, Elimination Chamber. But yeah, I'm fired up for once Becky Well, who's she facing? You know who she's facing for the Elimination Chamber?
So far,
match?
it's oh no, she already won. She won the first. She was the first one to qualify. Who'd she beat?
She did. Hell yeah.
Who did she beat?
I
can't remember who she beat.
Either way, okay, sweet.
But yeah, no, she did qualify.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Word. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Not excited for Rhea.
They have 3 more open spots in the Elimination Chamber. I know.
Yeah, did they announce the matches yet? I don't know.
I know a lot of people have been saying Jade should be in it, but they haven't even mentioned her.
No, Jade shouldn't be in it.
She hasn't even been on TV since the Rumble. So
Jade's gonna be a Monday after Mania debut. Mm-hmm. I think that's the best spot for her. Yeah,
because they have Liv in there. But I mean, Liv, I think probably would be like the next best like pick. Because she just came back. She kind of has a history with.
It would be. I mean, it would be shocking if it's not. Becky
it's going to be Becky. It's going to be Becky.
Shinsuke defeats Sami Zayn. I know it. Obviously, it didn't touch their takeover match. Still solid.
Right. Still very good
solid.
Match, yeah.
Not, Drew comes in to cause a distraction. Shinsuke picks up the win. Thought this was really. I liked this from top to bottom. I like how earlier in the night, they did that, which I love when they do like the interview in like the empty arena. And then Shinsuke had his vignette going. I thought that was great. My only concern before the match was like, I love this Shinsuke run. I love the Shinsuke character. I love the vignettes. I thought it was great with Cody, but he keeps losing. He lost a bunch to Cody. He's coming off the bull rope loss, and now it's hard to take him seriously. So, but then also
I saw your tweet.
Yeah, but then also Sami is Sami,
right?
And you want Sami to get that win. So it's like, well, who can really take the loss? I think they did this very well. I think Shinsuke getting a technical win. It was still like a shitty heel thing, like obviously.
Yep.
Shinsuke gets the win. Needs that notable win from a guy like Sami in a main event. So I think Shinsuke needs this momentum for his character. The whole losing thing I think was hurting him. And then Sami Zayn, which I saw you talking about this, is kind of building Sami up. Is that he's losing. He's hard
times.
Last
like 11, 12 matches
exactly.
in a row or something.
Hard times for Sami Zayn.
Yeah, dude.
And
this match convinced me that they're doing a triple threat match at Mania.
For the World Heavyweight Championship?
I can't imagine Sami Zayn is not involved in this, especially how much Drew is getting involved in here. I think if I had to pick right now, we're not doing predictions, obviously. If I had to pick, I would pick Drew to win the Elimination Chamber to fight Seth. That would be my pick right now.
My pick as well.
And because of his involvement, Sami's kind of doing this like losing streak, finding his way, whatever. I can see him getting into the match. Now, bear with me. Money in the Bank this year is in Canada. It's in Sami's hometown this year. I'm not
his hometown of Canada.
His home country, not his hometown. I'm not putting my fantasy hat on, but there's a lot of things lined up here that Sami Zayn could have a big 2024.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. He is built to be a Money in the Bank winner.
He was hot last year, but I know it's a little different now. He's not involved with Roman Bloodline. He's hot right now in a different way. I know he's losing, but like the fans are behind him. He's probably one of the biggest baby faces behind Cody Rhodes right now. Like, it would be hard for me to imagine he doesn't have a big spot on the Mania card this year, and just have a big 2024 in general.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for him.
I agree. I could even see something like, Drew being all cocky and like, you haven't won a match and da-da-da. You know what? If you beat me, you'll get in the match.
Because Drew's a heel, but he's still like he makes sense as a heel. He's still like a hardworking fighting like heel, whatever. He can be like, if you beat me, you can have a spot in the match or something, and it wouldn't be like crazy.
In other news, I just kind of saw this last minute in an interview with ESPN. Stone Cold says, quote, "Never say never" when asked about one final match. He says he has an idea of who he'd want his final opponent to be, but he says he won't say it right now as he's not promoting it.
Yeah, dude. He had a lot of good quotes from that interview. He was like talking about how he would look back on his match and he goes, I watch it back and he goes, I know there are things I can improve on.
him and KO.
He goes, there are things I can improve on. I know I can get back in there and like be better than I was last time.
I could see it. I could see one more.
And then he was asked about if he would fight CM Punk, and he goes, that would be a good one. We'll see.
We'll see.
I
don't know.
So yeah, I mean, listen, I'm all for Stone Cold stepping back in the ring for something. He is, I mean, people have issues with like, you know, legends coming back, maybe taking spots from guys on certain cards, whatever. But man, when it comes to guys like Stone Cold and like his match with Kevin Owens, like sure he won, but like man, did that do so much for Kevin?
Oh yeah,
and like it
gave him the stunner.
He gave yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean like listen, Kevin took the stunner from him.
Yeah.
The least he can do is give Stone Cold him the win at Mania. But yeah, dude, I would love that. And Punk Stone Cold, people have been wanting that for years. If that ever happened, that would be like talk about hell freezing over. That would be one of the craziest things.
Yeah, I guess I just. Why is Punk and
well they
Stone
have
Cold
like they have like not I shouldn't say a history but like so they I think whatever video game CM Punk was on the cover on WWE I think it was 13 they started doing a whole back and forth thing to like with the video game and stuff like hyping up a match and they had like a few backstage segments and stuff that didn't really
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
This was it was like 10 11 years ago but yeah they planted some seeds. Or like he was like, I'm straight edge, you drink beer and stuff. So it was
so funny.
Yeah, so it like kind of was
I'm
a little
straight
bit
edge,
of that.
you drink beer.
He's like, you want a beer? And CM Punk's like,
oh, you know what? I do
he's
remember
like,
that. Yeah, I do kind of remember
You want
that.
a beer? What? Yeah. So they have like they've had some back and forth.
I don't know if that's seeds.
No, but people for years they kind of been like that's kind of the dream match type of thing.
I guess
if there was someone I had to pick now,
my front runner wouldn't be CM Punk.
Who would your front runner be? Oh, if you have anyone at the top of your mind. There's probably a few good options, but Punk Austin I think would be a pretty
I'm not saying it. Yeah, I'm not saying it'd be bad. I just think it is funny that like that's the. I don't know. I'm shocked.
That's like the consensus.
The one.
It really is. Like a lot of people really are behind it.
Strange. Not my first pick.
Never say never.
Never say never. That's what he said. We got some Dynamite stuff to go over as we have some time left on the show. Mox and Dax Harwood tore down the house.
Yes, sir.
Crazy,
two hard hitters,
insane. Not much to say about this other than that it was fucking nuts.
Solid match.
Well, from Mox's kiss. Oh yeah, I love like when Mox kisses his opponent, whether it's like a forehead kiss or whatever. Dax was doing this thing where they were like on the turnbuckle and he kept on getting hit but hanging on to the shit. Really good. It's set up. What is it going to be? Mox and Claudio versus FTR. Is that next week or at Revolution? I think it's next week. I think it's happening next week. So that's going to be fun. Who cares about a Wardlow squash? Who cares about the Undisputed, whatever the fuck it's called? Adam Copeland, Daniel Garcia, guys.
Hell yeah.
This was fun. Nothing too crazy, but I love to see. I'm hoping. I said it at the top of the year. I'm hoping for this to be Daniel Garcia's year. This kind of ended with Christian Cage getting involved. They hit Edge which I thought he went to hit him with a concerto. I thought they're gonna do like the lights out thing. He comes up here, lights out, and like I was hoping Hardys. You know, like. I get it would be just four old guys working together, but like they have the opportunity to do it or some interaction. Anyway, no, Christian just fucking whap and fucking kills him.
Adam.
Yeah, so Edge is dead again.
Yep.
The Jacksons versus Top Flight. I'll be honest, I was making food at this point. Missed this one, but the Jacksons got the mustaches out. Now they're goatee boys.
Yeah, they're really
they heard us.
They're really feeding into this EVP story.
I like it. I think it's funny.
It's different. It's a really different side to them.
I like this. I kind of speeding through it because there's stuff I liked and stuff I didn't like. What I did love: Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page.
This match is gonna be fucking unbelievable.
Oh my god,
dude. I can't wait.
And like what I loved is Samoa Joe's in the ring talking shit, and then Swerve comes in. When Swerve is just so smooth on the mic, and then Hangman comes in, and they start ignoring Punk. They start ignoring Samoa Joe and just talking to each other, and just you didn't get 5 more minutes and no contest. You shouldn't be in this match. And Swerve's like, I'm here, and Samoa Joe's like, hey, and I like that Samoa Joe didn't just go like, hey, you're forgetting about me. I'm still here. He was like, he interrupted them, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna interrupt your two little whatever. And he goes, if you think that either of you are stepping over me and not pitting me to get my World Heavyweight champ or my whatever the fuck championship, AEW championship, another thing coming, blah, blah. It was a really good, these two are so interconnected, and it is the world title match for Joe's title, and they did a good job of like Joe being like, you two are too distracted with each other.
It's like, all right, I'll just pick up the scraps.
Boom, that's
thing.
fine.
Yeah,
I'll
here.
kick the shit out of both of you. So that's at Revolution. Very excited for that.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. Surprised we haven't seen. I was kind of thinking about it while we were watching. Maybe I'm just not as in the know, but I haven't seen any like MJF. Like, you think you'd start seeing like MJF rumors, like MJF looking to come back?
Yeah,
this month. We haven't heard up.
I'm sure when he does come back, it's gonna be like an out of nowhere, something with
it'll be crazy.
Undisputed Kingdom.
I hope not.
That. I mean,
but yeah, you're right.
It's so bad. That story is just so bad.
Blah blah blah. Will Nightingale defeated Sky Blue. That was what it was. Solid. Oh, this was fucking nuts.
Texas Death Match.
Also, Takeshita and Will Ospreay got announced for Revolution.
Ooh, fun.
I think it's been announced. I'm not sure if it's been announced. Darby and Sting versus the Jacksons officially.
For the belts.
For the belts at Revolution. Revolution is shaping up to be.
It is. Yeah, it's coming up, too. 2 weeks from Sunday, I think.
March 3rd. Match card. Let's look at the match card.
Oh, we got some matches.
Wow. Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. To be honest, I didn't know that was happening. Singles match for the Continental Crown Championship. If Danielson loses, he has to shake Kingston's hand.
Oh wow, I can't believe that.
That's so funny.
Wow, those are some tough rules.
Timeless Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Let's go.
I'm excited for that. Samoa Joe versus Hangman versus Swerve, 3-way match. Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong for the International Championship.
I'm so nervous. It's definitely going to be Roderick.
Yeah, probably. And Sting and Darby with Ric Flair, to note, versus the Young Bucks, a.k.a. the Jacksons. And that's Sting's retirement match.
It's kind of like, it kind of sucks that they have the belts, because now it's like, unless they win and then they relinquish the belts the next Dynamite or something. But like, it's his last match. So like, you're going to assume that he's going to lose if he's a champion.
Yeah, and I don't even love, like, let's say he does win. Like, I don't even love, like, they won the championships and then like, okay, we're retiring, we'll relinquish it.
Yeah,
that's like, it adds like no one beat them for the
apparently,
titles. Apparently,
Sting didn't want to win the belts. Like,
really?
That decision, like, he was always like, I don't want to win it, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. It's rumors I heard, but like they were like, it makes sense that you would like have a match. You guys have never had a tag team championship match, blah, 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 blah. And
hold some gold in AEW.
It's just kind of like going into your last match having something. But apparently he was like, it wasn't his idea or nothing.
Funny.
So
yeah, he seems like a guy where he's like, I don't want, give it to the young guys.
At this point, like mid-60s, I don't think he cares. Like, he's not going to lose sleep over winning an AEW tag team championship.
Add one more accolade. He's good.
He's a legend.
Orange Cassidy and Matt Taven. This was fucking bonkers.
Love a good
Orange Cassidy was all bloodied up. Matt Taven did this crazy spot where he dove through the fucking table and hit the fucking announce table. Orange Cassidy obviously ended up retaining, leading into the match with Roderick Strong. I think you might be right with the Roderick Strong dub. Orange Cassidy though, he did the heart-shaped box. He threw tacks down. Excuse me. This was great. It's something where it's like, I'm not too familiar with Matt Taven,
right?
Or his work in the Kingdom or whatever. So like it was, and obviously like the Kingdom is not the Kingdom. The Undisputed Kingdom is what it is. So it was cool to see him like show out in this, and then like, oh shit, he's actually fucking sick, and that's just my ignorance. But it was cool to see. I know we kind of flew by AEW, but I was doing other stuff watching it, and I was like half watching.
Yeah, no, I was at the Celtics game watching them getting blown out by.
Did they lose?
50, no, they won by 50. Celtics.
You said getting blown out.
No, they were blown out the other team. Yeah, they won by 50.
Oh wow!
I got home and I watched some of the matches on YouTube after.
How was the Celtics game? Was it fun?
It was fun. Yeah, we me and Taylor just went for Valentine's Day and stuff. We were like, because we don't we didn't really want to do anything like go out to like dinner and like not spend a lot of money like the tickets, but like we wanted to do something different. She'd never gone to a Celtics game.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was a good time. When they win by 50, it's nice too because we left halfway through the fourth and traffic and stuff, so it was perfect. I said to her like. I said to her, I was like, I just want you to know, like, this is the biggest blowout I've ever been in person for. It was only their fifth 50-point win in history. Like,
wow,
they're the third team ever to have two 50-point wins in one season.
Wow.
And there's still like 30 games left.
That's crazy.
So it was crazy. So I said to her, I was like, you know what this means? We can leave early. Like, that's the good news. But yeah, no, it was Celtics games are always fun.
Yeah. Were you up there?
Yeah, I was.
That's where I
think I was exactly across from where you were. Because I remember you were like on one side of the hoop. I was like on the other side. Oh,
funny.
Yeah. No, we were up there.
Once you're settled in though, it's like fun to be up there. You know?
You get we had like 2 drinks or something like that. We just, we had a good time.
About $40-something for both. Happy
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
you know what
Jesus
I mean?
Christ.
So one funny thing from the game though. So I put in like a player parlay, whatever, on DraftKings, and I had Jason Tatum 6+ rebounds. So I'm like watching it. He had 3 at half. He had 5 in the third, but they're up by 40. So I'm like, fuck, they're gonna take him out. He's not gonna hit it.
Right.
So me and Taylor were talking. And then the guy in front of us, like no one scored or anything, but some guy's just like, yeah, like freaking out. And we're just like, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, rebound. And Taylor's like, oh, I bet he hit a bet. I'm like, oh, like, and I looked up, I'm like, he has 6 rebounds. Like, Tatum, 6 rebounds. He turns around and goes, Tatum, 6 rebounds. And I was like, yes.
That's funny.
It was so
That's pretty good.
Funny. But yeah, Celtics games are always fun. Good times. And
well, speaking of Celtics games, that's the show.
That's the show. Time for us to go. What do we have to say here?
Oh boy. Well, it has to be something with the match in March. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be his gimmick. I don't want it to be like cream this.
Yeah.
See you in March, Stan. See you in March, Stan.
See you in March, Stan.
See you in March.
Get his attention.
See you in March, Stan Stylez. If you want to do the whole.
Yeah. Put his full name. His full legal name in there.
See you in March, Stan Stylez. Again, you heard that right. We're getting in the ring.
We are.
Camera's blinking, I think. Okay, what's that mean? Okay, camera's acting up. We gotta go.
Okay.
It might stop recording, or it might have been stop recording.
Oh boy.
We'll still have audio.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, we'll catch you next time. We gotta go.
Bye, guys.
Camera. Okay, bye.
See ya.
Bye.